2,600 international units per day. So 2,600 if we weighed 100 pounds. If we were 200 pounds, we would need 5,000 a day. The thing that's nice about vitamin D is it's not something that you have to take every single day. Because it's fat soluble, that means your body stores it. So you can take it once a week, figure out how much you need for the week, you can take it just once a week. You don't have to take it every single day. If you miss it one day, you can take it more the next day and catch up. And so a good way to do that is by week. One of the cool supplements that they just came out with, this is by a company called Carlson. They make these little drops, and they have some drops that are 2,000 per drop, some drops that are 1,000 per drop. And so you can just figure out how many drops you need. Take it in 1 week. It's just liquid. You put it in your water and you just drink it. It works out really well. They do also make like these D3 5000 capsules. So you would figure out how many you need in a week, and then you would take that in a single serving. Obviously, if you didn't need 5,000, you wouldn't take that every day. So that's why they make those big amounts. And then we want to get retested. If we're low, we want to supplement and we want to get retested to make sure that we're getting up to ample. So, other things that can cause stress to our body, that can cause the same things as low vitamin D, that causes stress response, is obviously subluxation if our spine shifts, if we have physical stress. So vitamin D would be a chemical stress. Physical stress can cause the same thing. Well, that can cause all the things on this left-hand column. So subluxation can cause the same thing as low vitamin D. That's what we're working on in chiropractic. Subluxation interferes with the nerves that will be allowing our body to run properly. Mental stress, chemical stress, physical stress, they all cause all these reactions. They cause that stress response. They cause our body to not work correctly. It's good short term. It helps us survive that stressful event. But as our body stays in that stress response, as we use all of our energy to have our blood pressure raised, to have our cortisol raised, to have our insulin resistance up, we stop using our energy for making strong bones, we stop using our energy for making strong muscles, we stop making healthy brains. Everything, all of our energies are being sacrificed to be in that stress mode to survive, that fight or flight response. What does subluxation cause? Henry Windsor, a medical doctor in 1921, did some research, and what he found was that he'd studied cadavers and he looked at animals and humans, and what he found is 96% correlation between subluxation in the spine and the diseased organ that caused the death. So if the animal died of a heart attack, he's traced that nerve back to the heart, and he found a subluxation at that level of the spine that goes out to the heart. If it was colon cancer, he found that if you trace the nerves that go to the colon back to the spine, he found that that part was damaged in animals and in humans in 96% of the time. This was in 1921. It was published in Medical Times. So we should know more about this. Other benefits of getting adjusted: for moms, there's 25% less labor time, 94% decrease in colic and ear infection in children. That study was done in Denmark. You see healthier kids with less illness, shorter duration of illness, lower blood pressure, more efficient brain function, improved mobility, less arthritis, and then we find that people that are getting adjusted, they save time, money, and pain and suffering on their health. So the insurance companies actually looked at this. This guy, Richard Sarnat, is a medical doctor. He worked for one of the largest insurance companies, and what he did is he looked at people that were going to the chiropractor versus people that weren't going to the chiropractor. And his research over 10 years found that cost outcome data for one of the largest nation's insurance companies suggests that regular use of chiropractic could reduce the need for hospitalization, pharmaceutical usage, and overall global health costs by 50%. And so right now we're spending $2.5 trillion a year in health care. We keep hearing about this healthcare thing in the budget. Last year, 10 years ago, it was less than $1 trillion. So in 10 years, we've more than doubled the amount of money that we're spending on healthcare. We look at people that are going to the chiropractor. These are the actual numbers. They found 60% decrease in hospital admissions, 62% decrease in surgery, and here's the big one: 85% decrease in drug costs. And so you wonder why some of the pharmaceutical companies aren't real happy with chiropractors. Well, if people are going to the chiropractor, there's a good chance that they're potentially going to be spending less money on pharmaceuticals, 85% less in the study over 10 years. So who should get checked? Obviously, little people, big people, people that, you know, obviously we know people that sleep on the couch like this. We know kids that are playing and falling down all the time. We probably have been in the car driving in different conditions, and obviously with birth, there's a ton of stress on mom, a ton of stress on the baby, so we check kids in the hospitals all the time. The way that we check people, we use the scans to check to see what's going on. We've got a little portable unit that we can take out. We can go to different places, and so really beneficial to get checked. So I don't know, to wrap things up, a little summary. What do we need to do to stay healthy? We need to move our body. Exercise is food for the brain. Helps our body run. It offsets that stress response. Positive thoughts. We need to be right spiritually with God. We need to have good nerve health. So that means going to the chiropractor.